Okay, so this is the second saddling for this filly, and the first one went real well, and we actually got her rode. So I'm going to just see how she responds to feel here. I'm going to offer a feel for her to step out. Very nice, very responsive. She walked off quietly. She's walking off in a good posture, looking where she's going, just as relaxed as she can be. I didn't ask her to stop right there. I'm going to keep her going. Now I'm going to step in and ask her to stop. Lifting on that, moving that hip. I like the way she just kind of softly backed up out of there. You see, that's an example of a horse thinking its way through a situation. So there would be nothing more to do than just watch her think her way through. She did exactly what I told her to do, and she did it with deliberate thought. And you know, that doesn't just happen. It's got to be set up to happen. And even when it's set up, there's not a whole lot of them that just do that right away with the second saddling. Most of them are still in a reactive state of mind instead of logically thinking their way through like this one just did. You know, so this is a very, to me, it's a positive sign about this particular horse. She's thinking her way through instead of getting scared and reacting. So
it's really not, it's not about how quick you can get a saddle on, because you prepared this horse with what your essential groundwork is, and you made that decision from there that it was time, and it was a good time for the saddle.
Yes, based on what I'm seeing, you know, the horse is comfortable. She feels all right, and which is always part of my clear mental picture is what they feel like. And you're exactly right. There's no race to get them saddled and ridden. It's the time frame should be on the horses rather than on the person. If we rush that process and we get in there and we get them scared, then we're going to have trouble that we've got to overcome later on. That fear is, you know, if it's put in there by a human being, now we've got a situation that we've got to deal with. So if I can build trust through this feel, I feel like it's a much better deal for the horse. And then by doing less now, we can get a lot more out of the horses because they're comfortable, and you know, look at that.
What do you mean by doing less now?
Well, I'm not creating an opportunity for this horse to get afraid. I'm not asking much of her, but she's responding in the exact way that I want her to every time I ask her to do something. So why would I want to mess that up by pushing it? So I'm just communicating with her here through feel. She's responding by moving her feet. So we're having a conversation here. I'm going to go ahead. See, she's right between the boundaries. She's right in the sweet spot. I'm not holding her there. She's there because she is very sensitive to the boundary. So when I barely touch her, she's responding, and because she's responding and thinking her way through, she's keeping herself in an emotional state of mind that's very, very good, very comfortable, very workable. So I'm going to bring the life up here just a little bit and let her feel a little bit of energy. She handled that very well, so I'm going to take the life out here now and let her come back down. And I'm going to bring. I just let my energy drop, and because it dropped, then she slowed down. Let her experience that peace that come from that. Now I'm going to raise up and see if she stepped right into it. She's looking off a little more than I would like for her to, so I'll help her here by moving her body away from my body, setting it up for her to go forward, looking where she's going instead of looking out. It's exactly where we want them to travel when we're riding. When I let that life come down, she stopped quietly. From here, I've got options. If I raise my right hand, she's going to move to the left. If I stop here, I'm ahead of her, wait on her to stop. If I move my left hand like this, she should move backwards. And look how soft her eye is, how willing she is. Let's see what happens when we change eyes here.
So how important is the reading of the horse that you've been doing since you got a hold of her?
Well, if I don't read her and I just go into her with a set, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and don't time it to what the horse is actually saying back to me, I'm going to create a bunch of issues I'm going to have to work with or deal with later on. So by reading her and letting this horse show me that she's comfortable, and by just asking her to move, letting her move,
So it really is a conversation that you and her are having back and forth.
yes. Just got the energy up here a little bit more.
And why did you do that?
Well, she's going to have to experience what it's like to have that energy a little higher. So I'm just going to stay here and see her getting comfortable with it. If she'll move that hip just a little bit away from me like that, she feels slack coming that rope. Now take that hip away. See her think her way through. I want her to step right through here, come forward. See her head go up when I bring the energy up a little bit. She's just telling me, look, I'm not as comfortable with this level of energy as I am when you're doing nothing. So I'm just waiting for her to drop that head a little bit. Waiting for her to let that head come down. There, see that? See that change that's happening to her mentally? Let her experience the peace that comes from that change. I'm going to bring her, oh, look at that. Boy, she just thought her way through. She thought about going right, but then she saw me telling her to go left, and she stopped, and she came back. She thought her way through.
So she's reading you as well.
Yes.
The better she reads you, then you and her will have a more effective communication.
Yes.
And so you pick their energy up.
Yes. Notice the rhythm that I'm staying in. Boom, 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 boom.
She's matching your rhythm.
Yes. She got comfortable under it. I think it's just fun to watch it play out. You gonna get on, Ashley? It's just